Hi, my name's Norman Richardson, and I wrote the song about the fable of the Two Mules, which I call the Cooperation Song. You may know something about the background to the fable, which usually appears as a poster or a postcard with the story of the two mules shown just as a simple sequence of silhouettes, showing how they struggled against each other but eventually learned how to work together with the slogan, "Cooperation is better than conflict." It first appeared sometime between the two world wars, probably in the early 1930s, and it came from the work of the Religious Society of Friends, or better known as the Quakers, and it's been used by them and by many other peace campaigners ever since. In the 1980s, the Society of Friends, the Quakers in Northern Ireland, established a Quaker Peace Education Project, or QPEP, based in the city of Derry, Londonderry, and it worked on a cross-community basis with schools and others in that area in the northwest of Northern Ireland and further afield. I was also working in peace education at that time, and I was invited to join the QPEP committee. Occasionally, I was invited to contribute to presentations or workshops in places like Derry and Strabane, and I used the Two Mules poster to develop a theme. After a while, it became clear that song would help to tell the story and to get the message across. And so I developed the cooperation song and used it in various presentations with primary school children. The song seemed to catch on, and the BBC recorded it for use in one of their schools programmes called One Potato, Two Potato. Sometime later, Yvonne Naylor and I discussed turning it into a story with a song, using Yvonne's distinctive artwork, and eventually we developed it into the book that was published in 2022. The new recording of the song was made that same year with the involvement of children from two schools who were working together under the auspices of Community Relations in Schools, or CRIS. I hope you enjoy the song and the story, and that you will share both the song and the story with children and perhaps also with schools that you know, and encourage them to try some of the activities at the end of the book. Try them out yourself with others if you can, because, as the song says, working together is smart. We've got to pull together, work together, no use pulling apart. We've got to think together, try together, working together is smart. There were two mules in a field that the farmer tied together with a tether made of rope, in the hope that they wouldn't run away or go astray. So that's how they had to stay. The farmer brought them the tea, straw and hay, for you see they don't eat the things that we do. I'm sure you knew that these mules grew by eating hay, and lots of it each day. But the farmer had a plan, he was quite a thoughtful man. He decided what to do, and he split that hay in two. Then with lots of winks and smiles, he placed it into piles at different sides of the field. field. First one mule headed for his hay, but on the way the rope got tighter, 'cause the other silly biter had decided to go right away to his pile of hay over there in the corner at the other side of the field. So they both struggled and strained, and they kicked out at each other. They just ignored the basic rules and carried on like silly fools. But the rope remained, and they felt quite beaten, 'cause the food was still uneaten. They said it's silly just to fight, 'cause we'll end up here all night. It isn't right, there'll be no winner, and we still have had no dinner. Now we're feeling hot and tired, and we need a cool drink. So let's stop and think. So they both sat down with a very heavy frown, and they had a thinking session till they learned this simple lesson. We've got to pull together, work together, no use pulling apart. We've got to think together, try together, working together is smart.
We've got to pull together, work together, no use pulling apart. We've got to think together, try together, working together is smart.
So then they headed for the hay, but they did it both together. It was better that way, and it didn't matter whether they were tied with the tether or not. Oh no, it didn't matter a jot, because they went to one pile, and they ate it with a smile, and then they went and ate the rest. It was the sharing that liked best. There was food enough for two, and all they had to do was relax and take their time and chew, chew, chew. Those stubborn old mules had learned new rules. There's a better way than fighting. We get further by uniting. We've got to pull together, work together, no use pulling apart. We've got to think together, try together, working together is smart.
We've got to pull together, work together, no use pulling apart. We've got to think together, try together, working together is smart.
It's a most important lesson for each person, group or nation. If we want to learn to live in peace, let's try cooperation. Cooperation is better than conflict. Two heads together are better than one. We waste our time when we quarrel and fight. Cooperation can set things to right.
We've got to pull together, work together, no use pulling apart. We've got to think together, try together, working together is smart. We've got to pull together, work together, no use pulling apart. We've got to think together, try together, working together is